Howdy, captains, fellow comrades. Welcome back, Rosgreaves Gaming, and finally we have another video submitted from our good friend Spy God of MLG in his Tier 7 Premium. Well, this ship, well, ladies and gentlemen, the Prince Eugen. This premium ship, aka Admiral Hipper. This is basically a premium of the same ship. However, if you guys have been paying attention to 0.7.4, they're finally giving this a buff where it's now going to have an extra module to give itself a heal. But this is before that patch. So this is going to be a match before actually any of that gameplay update was ever coming out. So of course we're on the Islands of Ice, and it's a typical, tier 7, higher up a tier match a little bit. There are a couple tier 8s and a couple tier 10s I'm seeing. Yamatos, Montanas. Admiral Hipper is definitely very close to Prince Eugen, even though they're both tier 8s and stuff like that. I know it's the tier 7. Hey, I make mistakes. I'm thinking York. But what's nice about the Prince Eugen and the Admiral Hipper, since they're very close to each other, is they do have a very good amount of guns. These shells are very, very powerful, especially the armor piercing and high explosive. They don't have the muzzle velocity problems the York had, where basically at further ranges the armor piercing can't penetrate because of the shell drag capabilities. But this thing still has a couple little problems. One of them, it's called a glass cannon for tier 8. This ship is very easy and very easily can get severely damaged, especially in positions that look very, very poor for itself. Now, a lot of gameplay is not really going to start very much until a little bit later in the match, until something pops up, of course. Prince, Mogami's pushing up to cap, and Endenburg over there is also pushing into cap, and it looks like the enemy team is making their way towards, it looks like A. B he's open. B, there's a lot of forces over there. And C, looks like there's something going in C. A Tirpitz there. Which, if anybody actually pays attention to the map while they're positioning, that already leads me to one thought. They're all decided basically, it seems, all to put their eggs in one basket towards B and C, which would be a smart move, and try to hold those two positions. Unfortunately, nobody really pushed the position in B quick enough, and two destroyers have already capped the position and got themselves in a very, very good position to open up a very good amount of torpedoes on the enemy. Well, let's also forget that while they haven't paid attention, they haven't watched their flanks. And, well, Spy has seen this opportunity on the outside while on the banks, and has got his armor-piercing shells ready to go, right on the outside of the cap position. Of course, that's a non-penetration on that shot. But where he's positioned, he's at the open channel between A and C, and has got a great opportunity to lead a lot of volleys in any position along that B cap, and provide supporting fire, which is going to be a very, very dangerous effect to the enemy. You can see that armor piercing on this ship is very, very powerful. Oh, there's an Mogami. It did lock on. Well, if he's lucky enough, he actually might get some good hits there. So, what else is good about this ship while we're waiting for more shells to come down? Well, it's also got torpedoes, 6 kilometers, so you got that brawling ability, but not just one bank. You have 2 banks of, I believe, triple torpedoes on the sides there. Now, what's nice about that is you still get that with the Rune, and you still get that with especially the Hindenburg. Now, the Hindenburg is a very, very, very good tier 10 cruiser, but it will have some weaknesses, and another time we'll talk about that. But and there goes another enemy shell in that St. Louis, and it bounced off of him. That's another problem with this ship. If it's not full flat broadside, these shells will bounce. But if it is a flat piece of steel, and it's really got an easy grab onto, it's gonna stick, and it's gonna stick not very good. And oh, Edinburgh popped out of smoke, got spotted by the Missouri, and now is basically ripping him to pieces. He is putting his heel up, but he doesn't have many smoke charges, the Edinburgh. He's trying to kite away, but remember, not too long ago before his shells are going to fire, and ooh, just missed those shells. Incoming other shells. Ugh. Let's just hope that he is able to hide back and survive. He's in very, very bad health now, so, you know, mistakes were made for the enemy, for the ally, Edinburgh. Oh, there's the St. Louis. He did take a massive hit. There's a big lead on the shot. Looks pretty good. That actually might do a very good number to him. Let's see what happens there. Yep. Just ran the right spot, and that is a Citadel. 2 of them. Farewell, St. Louis. Who says that you can't, you know, up-level a couple bit for a ship? So that's his first kill. There is a Missouri there right at the end edge of the map, and there is a Republic who is assisting and is putting out massive shells. And yep, there's the damage to the Missouri. Well, that's a paddling broadside to an enemy battleship. Missouri, you better run, boy. Because you don't just have that, you also have frickin' spy layer going fire an AP at you. And watch the shell damage on this. Oh yeah, that was overpens. Imagine if the shells penetrated. That's gonna hurt. And not in the good way. Missouri threw up his radar. That's gotta be his, because, well, there's only other ship that's close enough to use that radar ability. And he switches targets to the Henri, which is a pretty good choice. Big flatter piece of steel, bigger problem. Because the Missouri's going to go down. He's backing up again. And very foolishly, he should be retreating from these enemy ships. And, well, yeah, you deserve that, Missouri. You deserve that altogether. That was very, very foolish of you, sir. You should have been not in that position. Regrets were made on that one. And he will be regretting all those choices back in port. So, now they're down 3 to 4 ships. We definitely dominated A. There's no point staying there. Now we're pushing our way towards B cap. Meanwhile, down south, the whole fleet's all bunched up towards the sea, and they're basically brawling against each other very heavily down towards the C cap position. Nobody's... Well, some forces have been hit, but there's nothing really significant. Up. So, spies spotted. And that could mean by a couple of the ships. There's an enemy Minotaur who could see him because of his gunfire. He's opening up on him. And Henri's pulling out. He's going to come around the front of this island here. We'll see what happens here. If he pulls out broadside, he's in big trouble. And he is semi-broadside. That should penetrate. Let's see what happens. Yep, that will penetrate. 10,000 damage. He was very lucky that it didn't fully penetrate into his citadel. Yep, and he's regretting his choices there with that heavy damage. Another back shell coming in, and again, penetrations. And Spy does a Notzer and puts himself back into a corner. Spy, you know you're hitting an island there. That's okay. Because you're already doing that much damage to your freaking Henri. This guy, he's regrets were made, good sir. Alright, finish him off, Spy. Unless somebody else takes your kill. And yeah, somebody takes the kill. It's alright. E is down. So we're already at only 61 shells fired so far. Only 61 shells hit. 1 incapacitation, 2 kills, and 2 citadels at 55,000 damage. 55,444. I like the even numbers there a little bit. At least both sides are actually, you know, shaking hands for once. Hey, people actually not being jerks in chat. That's a rare sight. Now, I'm not also pointing out, we also have to note, there's an enemy Z-52 somewhere around here still hiding. There's some torpedoes. I wonder what they're from. Could be the Zed. He did do massive damage there. And there is an enemy smoke screen down there. Enemy Yamato just took a torpedo, and there's his AP shells from Spy, and a very good amount of damage. As you can see, he's aiming for that top deck. He's not aiming for the broadside steel plate. Well, a lot of thick armor. I don't think it's going to penetrate, but if it penetrates from the top deck and plunging fire, that's going to do massive damage, and it is. It's doing full penetration damage, which means he gets the damage calculation of the full percentage of his armor-piercing shell, pretty much. Now he's on fire. He's going to have to use his repair, unless he had a flood, which let's assume that that torpedo he took actually caused a flood. So, yeah, there he goes. Republic finishes the kill. So, now they're down 5 to, well, 5 to 5. Republic is turning around, as well as another allied ship on his team, the Tirpitz. Both shells ships are going after the Republic and going to help defend, bring back their comrades, dead cold grass, and return the favor, I'm guessing. Spy's already seen this, and he is kiting back. This is a very good move for him. He can't brawl with these ships, but he can kite. If he doesn't know what kiting is, this is basically that. With a little bit of... Actually, well, he should be snaking back and forth and making it more difficult, but he's not. And Spy throws torpedoes. Probably not the best thing needed, but hey, he can throw them out there. And Public has brought himself full, well, broadside to him. And arm-piercing shells look pretty good. Can they hit him in time? Yep, there he goes. Finishes the kill. There's Spy's third kill. And now we're at 85,000 damage. So, it's getting there. Meanwhile, the allied team's saying, please, cap, cap, cap. We need the cap. We need the cap. Come on. Spy's trying to hold as long as he can, trying to get the team to get out of that position. And there goes the... Yeah, that Tirpitz is focusing him. He's keeping himself back. He's bringing as much damage as he can. He can only hold off so many ships at this position. Yep, there's a fire. Very good. And there's another fire. Surprisingly, he's getting fires like for days there. But the ship isn't bringing out his damage control, which is quite interesting. Assume that. Up there comes the armor-piercing shells. But unfortunately, that is a angled ship. So that ain't going to penetrate there, sonny boy. Nice try. And the scores are not looking so good. They're down now from him and a destroyer, which the Z-52 is somewhere down there. Ally. And one salvo brought 2 fires to the Tirpitz. So that number's going up, and we're just about to creep up on, yep, there it is, 100,000 damage now. And it's still adding up. I think that's summing up pretty good there for him. That Tirpitz, remember folks, it has torpedoes. But there's someone else who also has torpedoes. Would you be so kind, Mr. Prinz? And he just lost his torpedoes on his one side. And he threw his torpedoes, but Spy knows how to dodge them. Bye-bye, Tirpitz. And there comes the glow versus shells. And misses altogether. That's okay. We'll go after and return the favor to you, son boy. Z-52, in the meantime, is actually capped in the position, trying to get the point control back to them. And Spy brings up his hydroacoustic, which is a good call, because there was a destroyer detected near his area. But he can't see him. He knows he's not detected, but he could be detected. He's trying to keep himself unknown to the enemy. You could try to push the cap, but that would also be a risky position, so to speak. So he's getting himself a little further back, and he's going to try to use, I'm guessing, these islands here. That was what would be my call, and bring the volleys after that and kite them back. Still no detection to enemy ships. And there's the non-detect that ship. Real quick, he gets detected and then not. Those shells should hit. And there's an enemy smoke there. Huh. Looks like the shells have missed. And now he's detected, and one ship is actually targeting him. Wonder who that is. Oh, and there's the enemy torpedoes from the Z-52. And here comes the Grosser versus AP shells, and has missed altogether. And our Z-52 hero has fired torpedoes as well. And the question is, can he hit the target? Spy does see this other enemy, Z-52. Looks like he's trying to get a shot on him, try to help out his ally. Yep, there he is. Shells out. Because there's that, the Yugamo, and the enemy ship. Yep, there's an arm-piercing shell. And he can't see him. He should be opening up on the other ship, but can he get any more damage in time? The score's really, really close. Come on, Spy, you got this. And there's another damage onto the Yugamo. He is on fire. Z-52 is opening up. Yugamo is opening up on him with high explosive shells. And there's the kill. Confederate unlocked. Confederate. Oh, man. Whew, good shot there. Very close there, Spy. Unfortunately, he is detected, and both ships are targeting him, so this is getting a little dicey for him right now. And there was a massive hit by the enemy Curvers, and that did give him a Confederate. He's hard detected by him now, that's a problem. However, that Curvers is taking quite a bit of damage with fire. Can Spy get out of this position and not get any more hits, please? Oh, and he wants to fire more, but those torpedoes are blocking his path. If he can get another... Not too late. Out of time. Ah, so close, Spy. Well, million crits earn 155,000 damage, 5 kills, 2 citadels, 2 floods. Let's say more. First blood too. On top of leaderboards, right with the Internet Z-52, also taking 3rd place. Very good hard work, those two, actually. It would have been just a little better if like 1 or 2 people actually pushed a little harder, but you know what? It was still a close match overall, earning him quite a bit of damage. Very excessively good for its tier 8, pulling its weight against a bunch of tier 10s this match. And pulling out a very plethora good of commander experience and credits, earning himself 1 million credits with the premium account. So even if it's a loss, I say it's a win in his department. He held out on his own, still survived, and clenched his teeth at all these ships. So as always, take care of you folks. See you in the next video. As always, take care of yourselves. See you all on the high seas.